Hello, and welcome to a solo episode today where I'm going to talk you through planning for your year ahead. So, I'm excited to talk about this one because planning is my thing. I'm the queen of business organization and I never stop shouting about planning. And so, I thought, yeah, I need to do a podcast specifically on this. I need to do a show on this because, well, it'd be daft not to when it's me. And this is what I do, it's my strength. So, in this episode, I'm going to share with you why you should plan for your year ahead because I know a lot of people don't. I'm going to talk to you about how to get started, what to think about when you're planning for your business year ahead, and my top tips for getting organized with your business for your year ahead. So it's all about everything that I do pretty much. So let's get right into it. So first of all, why should you plan for your year ahead? Now it's pretty straightforward, really, because you do better when you have a plan. So think about if you were going on holiday, and I like this example. You think about the holiday first and foremost, don't you? And your goal is to go on that holiday. So you start looking through brochures, you might go online and you think, right, that's it, I'm gonna book it. You don't know how you're gonna pay it, you don't know where, you don't have a plan in the initial start, but other than you going on this holiday. So you go to maybe you go online or maybe you go to the travel agents and you book the holiday. And then after that, you've done it, you've committed. So now you have to make a plan of how you're going to meet the monthly payments, when you're going to go do your holiday shopping and buy your new swimwear and sun hats and sun cream and all the stuff that we need for the holiday, and then save a bit of spending money as well to treat yourself while you're there. So we have a strategy behind it for how we're going to make everything happen for this holiday. And it's just the same in business. And it's why you should plan ahead, because once you've set the goal, example, the holiday, then what's going to happen leading up to achieving that goal? So it's the same with your business. So if you think about for the year ahead, so I'm recording this in 2023, it's December, and we're looking out to the year ahead, and 2024 is about to begin. So for the whole of the year, what do you want to achieve in your business? And we need to think about what the steps are that are going to get us there, because if you just set the goal and sit and wait around, it's not going to happen. Whereas if you have designed a roadmap to get you there, then you're more likely to achieve it. In fact, there's a statistic on this. You are 80% more likely to achieve a goal if you have it backed by a plan. It's as simple as that. So if that's not enough to convince you, then I don't know what will be. But definitely start planning if you're not already planning in any aspect of your business. So how to get started, because I know that not all of us are natural planners and not naturally strategic. And so I want to help you with this. So how to get started. So obviously the first thing you want to do is you want to have an actual goal, because without that, we're just aimlessly sailing through. So it might be an overall goal, or it might be goals that you achieve and set per quarter. It might be different goals. So you might have a sales goal, for an example. You might have a growth goal, and then you may have an impact goal. So let me just dive a bit deeper into these. So your sales goal, pretty straightforward. How many of something you're going to sell, or what income you're going to generate. Your growth goal might be in numbers. So for example, how many new subscribers on your email list, group members come into your world, how many leads overall, things like that, that's showing the growth in your business. And then it might be, or the sales, might even be the growth of sales. And then finally, it could be an impact goal. So what impact do you want to have on people? So it could be something you do for free and how many people you want to get that out to. It could be you want to start a podcast, write a book, something like that, that is about having an impact rather than a tangible goal around that. I mean, they do have tangible outcomes, like from a podcast and from a book, you can make money, but the overall goal there is the impact. And I know this because I run a podcast and I'm starting to write a book. So think about what it is your goals are going to be. And there's probably going to be more than one thing that you want to achieve. In fact, I advise having more than one thing throughout the year. So think about what your goals are going to be throughout the year. The second thing is, when do you want to achieve them by? So if you've got a sales goal in mind, is it for the whole of the year, or is it sales goal per quarter, per month? What does that look like? When do you want to achieve it by? And do that for each of your goals. Set a realistic timeline. So like, for example, my goal to start and write and publish my book, my goal for that is to have it done and launched in late November in 2024. And that's what's going to happen. So I need to then have a plan behind that to make that happen. Otherwise, I'm not going to stay accountable. Otherwise, I'm not going to actually learn how to write a book, how to publish it, and how to get going with it. So that's how you get started. Have the goal and think about when you want to achieve it by. The next step is to think about what the specific actions are behind that goal that you need to do to achieve it and to make it happen. So like relating to the book, I'm just going to use this as an example. I need to know, so I know when it is that I'm going to do it. I know what the goal is, but then I need to decide, okay, what specific actions do I need to take to make that happen? Well, first of all, I need to actually be writing. Before that, I need to map out my book blueprint. When I'm nearly finished, I need to get an editor going through it. I need to design a cover. I need to create the manuscript and get it uploaded and formatted. That's it. And I need to get it listed on Amazon or through a publisher. So I need to have these steps, these actions in place, ready to make that goal happen. And it's all part of getting started with actually planning for your year ahead. Because if we have that plan, like I say, it's more likely to happen. It's all in the details. And you might not always know the details. So that's where research, filling your knowledge gaps and investment comes in. So for me, I don't know how to publish a book. I kind of do. I've published a planner. So shout out to my planner bundle that is available right now. And you can get access to that on Amazon. I will put the link in the show notes to my planner bundle. But basically, you can do that on Amazon. I know this, but what I don't know is, or didn't know, I do now because I've learned it, is how to actually do it over an amount of time, how long it's going to take, the steps in the process to get it edited, get it formatted, and get it out there. I know how to market a product or service, but I've never marketed a book. So what things I needed to do to make that happen was around this goal and plan for my year is how that's going to look. I hired myself a book coach to keep me accountable and help me along the journey to fill those gaps that I don't know. I read a book all about publishing your first book. I have done a plan. I've done a Trello board to back me up. So I've got these specific things there that I can use to support my plan for the year ahead. So think about how you can do that for yourself. What to think about when you're planning for your business year. So there's so many aspects, but I always like to start with the stuff that we feel a connection with, and that's usually the thing that we're selling. So I like to think about what I'm selling first. Always important to think about what you're selling because that's the bread and butter of your business. That's the thing that's going to make your money and keep the business going. So I think about that first, about what I'm selling and when I'm selling it. Secondary to that, I think about how I'm actually going to deliver the thing that I'm selling. So how am I going to launch it? When am I going to launch it? What that's going to look like? How I'm going to make an impact? How many people I want to serve? And then I also think about my overall strategy for the year. So how am I generating leads? How am I nurturing my audience? And how am I converting that into sales? So those are 3 key areas that I focus on. And just a little shameless plug. There is support with that inside the business organization planning bundle. So if you have a look in that, the planner is not just a planner, it actually helps you do your business plan. So I have that in there and I use it myself. It's like my business Bible. And I think about those 3 key areas. So when it comes to actually lead generation, I need to think about how I'm going to get visible. What is that going to look like? How am I going to get into places where I got the potential to lead people back into my audience, such as into my Facebook group, onto my email list, listening to my podcast, following me on social media. It's all about that. And I always think it's important to really, really think about that. And in fact, we need to put a lot of energy into that. And I see this gap a lot when people are planning for their business. They plan the things they're selling, they plan how they're going to sell it, but there is not enough audience growth and leads there because it's not been part of the plan. So definitely put that into your plan. And then secondary to that, the nurturing. So it's always important to look after the existing audience. When your business gets busy and starts scaling bigger, it does become more challenging to do this and keep on top of this because it can be easy to get overwhelmed. I've put a lot of energy recently into how I'm nurturing. And sometimes lead generation and nurturing your audience can come hand in hand together. I find they do anyway, especially when I'm storytelling, when I am creating content, it does both. It does both things. So I nurture my audience through the content that I create. So think about the content as part of your plan for your business year as well, and how you're going to deliver content, what your message is going to be, and what your ideal clients need to hear as well. So all comes in to planning for your year and thinking about all of those things. And finally, my top tip for organising your business for a year ahead. Can I just say buy my planner? No, let's get serious though. My top tip for organising your business for the year ahead is to be clear on what it is exactly that you want. Start there. And if you're not clear, do not start planning without that clarity. And it might take time for it to come to you, like what it is exactly that you want. And if you're kind of not clear on that, I would recommend doing things like some work around your energy about what you want to achieve and how you're feeling. So for me, I had a vision in a meditation that I did, and I know not everybody gets on a meditation. Some people do vision board workshops. I don't do workshops, but I know how to do a vision board, and I'm comfortable in the way that I do my vision board. So just working on my vision board alone helps with that. I do mind maps. I brainstorm loads of ideas, brain dump what I want to do, where I want to go, and how my business can support that, and what things I would enjoy to do in my business as well. So I start there. So I would actually say my top tip really is to actually take some time to actually do the plan. Even before the plan, to do those brain dumps, to do those vision boards, to connect with what it is that you actually want. Because once you've done that, then you can do the preparation, then you can do the organisation, and it comes kind of secondary. So yeah, that would be my top tip to actually get ahead of organisation, is to start there and be in the right energy before you actually, start the plan. So yeah, that's how I would begin. So that's it. Why you should plan for your year ahead, how to get started, what to think about when you're planning your business year, and my top tip for organising your business. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please do not forget to follow, to subscribe, and to review, because if you review, it means I can keep coming back and doing even more. See you next time for another episode, and keep coming back. There's some amazing episodes coming up. Bye for now.